Hello, this video is going to focus on how to draw in Illustrator, and we're going to draw a freedom path or a freeform path with the pen tool, as well as use various drawing modes. We're also going to understand how to modify a stroke, as well as drawing with the pen tool. There'll be further things as well, like straight line segments with the pen tool, as well as drawing curves, and then working with brushes. There'll be further videos as well as we get more down the line in these little tasks for today. So the first thing you want to do is you want to launch Illustrator, and then you want to create a new document. So File, New, create a new artboard, I should say, once you launch Illustrator. And we'll go ahead and we'll do our last name, Hughes _, and then we want to do U3. U3 exercise 1. Go ahead and keep it as is. Say OK. Everything else defaults. Okay, so make sure you select the pencil tool in the tools panel. Mine's lagging a little bit right now. Okay, so we want the pencil tool in the tools panel. It usually falls under one of these. There is a pen tool. If you keep looking around, it might be under one of the hidden tools, which mine is. Mine is defaulting. This says the shaper tool. We do not want that, but we want to click and hold down, and it's hidden under the shaper tool. So if you're not sure where that is, take a look, click, hold down, and you'll find it hidden under the shaper tool. Okay, so it says select the pencil tool, set the stroke color and the thickness in the control panel. So if you look up here, you've got the stroke. We'll go ahead and we'll just do whatever we want. So I'll do a stroke of 3, and then the color. Just click on that arrow one time. I'm going to do sort of this orange color. All right. Position the tool where you want the path to begin and drag to draw a path. And then I let go. And there it is. The pencil tool displays a small asterisk to indicate you are drawing a freeform path. You can see that right here attached to my pencil. It goes wherever my pencil goes. And then as you drag, you create a line with connecting points. You can drag these points later to change the shape of the line. So nothing's ever set in stone. That's the greatest part of all of the Adobe programs. It allows you to have so much flexibility. And then release the mouse button to create the line, which we did. So the next thing we're going to do is how to use drawing modes. Okay, so the drawing modes are located down here at the lower part of the toolbar, and so that toolbar shows you that you can do draw normal, which is Shift D, and you can also draw behind. So those are some similar things that aid you when you're working on complex graphics. Using these different modes, I want you to go ahead and select the pencil tool again, and we're going to select a different stroke size. We'll just bump it up to 10, and color than you did before. We'll do like a dark green. Whoops. We were still attached to the other stroke. Let's see. Okay, so now clicking off of the previous work that the previous pencil line that you made, go back to your pencil tool, and then you're going to want to change the stroke. So we'll just change it to 10, and then change that color. Change it to the dark green. And then what you want to do is position the tool where you want the path to begin and drag to draw a path that overlaps the strokes. There you go. Overlaps it. Okay, so observe how the line is drawn on a layer beneath the original layer. Okay, so you can kind of see that this line is behind the green line. They're called stacking layers. Now, step 5, we're going to select a shape tool from the Tools panel. For example, the ellipse tool. So if we go here and we go into the ellipse, it's one of the hidden shapes. And what we want to do with that hidden shape is draw a shape on the canvas and set the stroke and fill properties in the control panel. So we'll draw that shape, and then the stroke, let's just do something totally different. Blue, and we'll make it, just make it kind of big here. And then the fill, we will make, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to choose the selection tool in the tools panel and select the shape. So now it's selected, but we want to go up here to the selection tool and make sure that we select the shape that way. And then draw inside mode is enabled only when there is a single selected object. So we've got a path, and this ellipse is a closed path. And so draw the selection tool in the tools panel. Choose the selection tool in the tools panel, which we did, and then we're going to do the draw inside mode, and that is enabled only when there's a single selected object, which that's why we're selecting this object. So we're going to click the drawing modes panel in the tools panel and select the draw inside drawing mode. So take a look, draw normal, draw behind, draw inside. There we go, and we can see it looks a little bit different. We've got these dotted lines on each corner for inside. And now we're going to select the pencil tool in the tools panel. We've already used it and practiced with it a few times. Set a different stroke color and thickness in the control panel. We're used to that by now. I'll go ahead and do 24, and then let's go ahead and use yellow. Whoops. Okay. We're going to here. That's deselected, and then we will go into the yellow. And then go ahead with that pencil and draw right over the top, and you can see that that has drawn right on the inside of that shape only. And so we drew that path extending across the boundaries of that shape, and we don't see that path going anywhere outside the shape. So the draw inside mode is very clever that way. Okay, and now next we're going to choose the selection tool and up here at the very top, and just deselect, make sure you're not selected on anything. You can move the path away from you to give yourself a little bit of more space on the page. What we're going to do now is we're going to modify a stroke. So choose the selected tool in the tools panel, the selection tool in the tools panel, and then we're going to select the stroke you want to modify, which I'm going to modify this path here. I'm going to pull it down away from the overlap, and choose a stroke profile from the variable width profile menu in the control panel. And that is right here. It says uniform. If you hover over, it says variable width profile. So we're going to choose a profile from that drop-down menu. Go ahead and just choose one here. The new stroke profile is applied. Increasing the weight of the stroke generally makes the variation width more pronounced. So you can, bump that up and see how that has affected sort of the edges. And if you choose a different one, you can see how differently they're applied, which I find to be kind of fun, in doing that. So I have this profile selected. I think I like this profile the best. And then with the stroke still selected, click the stroke color button in the path control panel. So, you can change the stroke color And that's always very like up to you what you really feel like you want to do here. So, you know, I can change it to foliage. I can change it to pompadour, um, as far as the design of it, which allows us to get kind of a cool little stroke like so. And then we're going to select a gradient option to apply. So, so we can follow the directions here. We do a fading sky gradient, kind of neat. And then the stroke gradient is applied. And of course, you can always adjust that gradient if you wish. That's the way that it was saved in the stroke, or in the swatches panel. Okay, so next we're going to move on to drawing with the pen tool, which can be very complex. So I'll see you in the next video.